Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Rahullah. You can call me Rahul. Okay, this meeting I want to explain you about US cities, past and present. Okay, Dr. Carlos Adrian, a political science professor at the University of California at Riverside, has made a 20-year study of the problems of America cities. The results are present in a book called History of American City Government. Number one, the problem of the nation cities pollution, crime, riots, a lack of planning, transportation are bad, but they were worse in so-called good old days. According to Dr. Carlos Adrian, he gives pollution from automobile as one example. He agrees that it may be bad now, but he states that there was a lot of pollution from horses and other animals in American cities in the 19th century. Number two, most cities had their own slaughterhouses where cows and pigs were killed a century ago. They were careless about throwing out the remains of the animals and that sort of thing, he said, and the sewer system for was disposal was almost non-existent. Number three, some of the problems that bother people living in the city during that period are still with us poor planning, problem in low-income neighborhoods, police relation, and public transportation. Number four, pollution was a very important problem for city government in the last century, particularly with the regard to water supplies. Dr. Adrian said they had some idea that water could be polluted, but they didn't know how. Trying to get pure water was a big problem. Okay, number five. People like to talk about the good old days, but actually, the cities of the 19th century were dirty and in many ways polluted today. Communicable disease was a great concern. There was still smallpox and low yellow fever, malaria, cholera, and typhoid. The infant death rate was high, and there were other dangers as well. Number six, it is true that people were not being killed by car. However, they often were killed or seriously injured by a runaway horse. It was quite common, Dr. Adrian said. Number seven, crime was a great concern then too. According to Dr. Adrian, smoking wasn't as common then, he said, but it did exist. Pickpockets were very skillful also from the 1830s on. There were a lot of summer ghetto riots that wasn't just something from the 1960s. There were several causes, but basically it was because many people moved to the cities from rural areas. Number 8. Planning of cities and their neighborhoods was controlled by land speculators and real estate developers who were only interested in making money. The last one, finally, Dr. Adrian thinks that the situation and problem facing American cities have not changed so much, and he suggests that we'll look back at the past and try to learn from it. Thank you very much. I think that's all. I think this is my bad. Sorry for my bad word. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.